Hello, this is Lisa and welcome to my channel today. Today I'm going to be working on this 3-tuck journal card that is flipped out like that. I made the edges rough, not smooth, and kind of jiggity-jaggedy a little bit so that I can put a couple journal cards in there like that. You can either attach it to a page so that it just flips out, or tuck it into something else, into a side tuck, a belly band, something else, depending on how you want to. If you want to use the back for something or not, it'd be perfectly okay with just gluing it on like that. All right, so I'll show you how I did this. So I started with 12 by 12 paper. I cut it already. I cut the 1 inch off to make it 11, and then I cut it down to be 8.5 by 11. It was white on the back, so I printed print on the back. That is how I got. This was actually the scrapbook paper I had, and this was the print that I had printed onto the back of it. So this one has a dual-sided print. I thought it was pretty with the green to go with that. So, all right, so after, I'll be able to save this for something else. After I cut it down to the 8.5, 11 and printed on the back, I then took it and cut it in half. So it was 11, so we're going to cut it down to 5.5, like this. So that gave me 2 cards. I could do it either way, because this one I printed with niceness on both, whereas this one, I don't think I'd want that as the outside. It's definitely more of a journal side. This one I could definitely journal on. This side I could definitely journal on. So this one I could go either way. This one, I think this is more of a journal side, and this is the prettier side. I think I'm going to flip it that way. All right, so since this is 8.5 by 11, we are going to score it just to make it easier to fold at 4 1/4. So we'll put that side there. And I might as well do this one this way. Yeah. All right, so again, 4 1/4, just to get it. Here we go. All right. I got this actually on the Temu site. It's coming pretty handy. I didn't have a big one, and I didn't want a big one. I just want a little one. I think it was like $8 or $9. So it's actually been working out pretty good. So if you're looking for a smaller scoreboard, check out that Temu site. All right, so I've got those 2. So if I wanted to round the edges, I could. This did not fold as well as I would have liked. All right, that's a little better. All right, so if I wanted to, I could round the edges like I did on this one, keep it straight. What I did find out though is if you're gonna round the edges, do it after you get the tops glued on, because otherwise then they're straight edges and then you gotta double do that. So yeah, so that's the case. So I do have one pre-cut already, and of course I do what I say, not as I did. I did pre-round these already. That was after I learned. I had pre-rounded both of them before I got to the point where I was attaching the papers. So, all right, so what I did was, I'll get my journal cards out of the way that I want to keep. So what I did was I found some papers that I thought were a nice. This one is just a plain cardstock. This one is actually it was a thinner paper, and I backed it with a little thicker piece of cardstock just to give it some strength, because since it's a jagged edge, I really couldn't fold it. This one I actually did straight to give it a little interest, and I put this print onto just a regular piece of cardstock. So, all right, so the way that you attach it is you figure out about how far you want the pockets to be apart, and you're going to start gluing the top one in first and work your way down. So I did use the wet glue for this because it's gonna hold a little better. All right, so that's the jiggity edge. All right, which is not too jiggity. I think I'm gonna tear it. All right, I'll just ink it up just a little bit. What's interesting is because I did glue it onto a thicker scrapbook paper, it has a couple layers there, so yeah, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna glue this 3 sides, 2 sides and the bottom, because we don't want the little journal card or ephemera that I'm gonna stick in there to slide through. Oh, we're just gonna glue up the 3 sides. And I wanted it about there. And all right, stick it down. Whoops, slid a little. Okay. Now I did my best to cut the paper to the width of the card, the 5.5 inches wide, so that it would match up. So I wouldn't have to worry about going back over it and trimming it off if it went over the side. Okay, I think that's stuck on there pretty good, and it hasn't closed itself up. We will do the second one. Now this one, I think, yeah, this one wasn't adhesive. That got really old. So I think I'm gonna stick some of that on the back of it. Just so there's something else to glue to the paper. I guess I could have stuck this a little better and not wasted all this paper, but I'll be able to save that piece. All right, so now I got something a little bit better to be able to stick to it. Okay. All right, so once again, I'm gonna glue the 2 sides and the bottom. And we'll glue that. Down just a little bit lower to give it some room. Make sure I have enough. Yeah, don't want it to be too high where it doesn't cover that. All right, once again, make sure it's not stuck. Oh, that is definitely crooked. There we go. Okay, now like I said, I'm gonna keep this one straight. So I'm gonna glue the 3 sides on this one. All right, I'm gonna go inside that corner a little bit because I know I gotta snip it up. I wanna make sure it actually gets glued down. Make sure it's not sticking. Okay. All right, so I've got some pre-cut things here. Haven't quite decorated them yet, just to fit, but I thought they would go well with it. A little bit of blue on there. Neutral card that I'll be able to stick in there. Had a bit of that same color blue in there, and this had some of that pink, so I thought it went good against that. Could do it that way or that way. Could probably stick a second tag in there if I wanted to. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think that glue is stuck. So now I'm going to make sure that the edges are peeking through a little bit, so cut those off. No matter how hard you seem to try, a little bit always decides it wants to peek through. Okay. All right, so I re-rounded those corners, and there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, so I've been thinking about doing a floral journal with some bright colors. So I think I might throw some flowers on these just to have a couple tags to put into that journal when I make it. All right, so probably want some sort of pinker blues, pinks and blues. You got this, that's nice and bright. Cactuses. I think I like that one better. Wish there was more blue flowers out there. I guess these purple is close. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's a blue flower. Okay. All right. All right. This can go in this way. That can go in that way. Okay. All right. So I think I got the flowers. And if I want to add some little stamps, I got that. All right. So I am gonna round this first. Antique photo this a little bit. Okay. And we'll get some glue on there. I always forget when I close it, I turn it down a little bit. And I always forget the first time I use it again to turn it back up. Okay. All right, I guess it's got a tag there, so we're gonna just call that one done. Yeah, I like how that goes with that one. This one will do the same. Get the edge a little bit. Knock that white off. All right. I think we'll go with that date stamp. Yeah, I like that. It's got some beiges in there and the pinks, kind of corally colored. Yeah. All right, so that's gonna go there, peeking out. And then this one, Let's see if I can find a stamp before I glue it on, just to make sure I can find a nice way for it to go. It's got some pink on there. That would be probably better up there. Yeah, because that blue will stick out the top. Okay, we have a winner. All right. Okay. Be careful of these little pieces that stick out. I'm notorious for ripping these. Okay, so you're gonna go there. And you're gonna go up here. I wonder if one of my little snippets would look cute down here. I like the color, but I think it blends in a little too much. Let's see. How would that look if I inked it? Yeah, a little too light. Oh, I like that. Do I like that? Second guessing myself. Yeah, I think I do. Okay. These snippets were so easy to make. And they just add that little bit of texture to a page. I think it was like day 1 or 2 of my 100-day challenge. So they've come in handy. Yeah, it's good though. You want to cover that line up. Some of the glue came through the little stitch holes. Oh yeah, I'm glad I put that on there. Okay, now with that said, I think I want to round this one too. I'm gonna put a tinier round on it though. I know you think bigger card, bigger round, but ink a little bit around the back. It's kind of stark white, and the front a little bit, just to make sure that white of that card side is gone. Okay. All right, so that's gonna go in there. Oh, I like it. Okay. All right, so like I said, I got my Big Book of Idea book here. If you haven't checked out this video, go ahead and take a look at this. There's a start to finish on how I created this, but I've been putting my 100-day challenges in here and putting a note on here of what I've done. So like I said, this could, if you wanted to stick it in a tuck, you could probably stick it like that in a tuck. I don't think I have any belly bands in here just yet, so can't really show you what that would look like. This was a flip up hidden journal that I did video, but that could also go in there. You have a huge page of journaling. This is just my small and bigger version. And I put a note on there. Oh, I did hidden journal day 9. Okay. So I think I'm just going to probably attach this to a page that I do. Wish that bird was on the top. Oh, decisions for a book that I'll never actually use, but yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this to the book. Keep it. Actually, I want to keep that for my flower journal. So I'm going to attach this one. Yeah, I'll attach this one. Okay. All right. Since it's kind of big, I'm going to glue stick most of it, but then I'm going to throw some wet along the edges, just as a double safety. Here we go. Okay. All right, so put that right about there. Try to make it as straight as possible. A lot of wear and tear on this as it gets flipped up, so we want to make sure it is good and stuck. All right. Okay. All right, so I'll write myself a little note that this is going to be day 10. All right. Day 10 of the 100-day challenge. It's a 3-pocket tuck, flip out journal space. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I like it. Okay, I think it's good and stuck. We'll let it rest in here for a bit and call that one good. Okay. All right, well, thanks so much for stopping by and checking this out. I hope you got some ideas out of it. I've got 2 more here that I'm gonna finish making off camera for probably my flower journal or just to have on the side. But if not, I got a good start on something else. Once again, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a creative day.